It's fine. That's
That's me. I deafened it locally while I was doing some training.
All right.
This whole time.
Let's do this again. Let's do this again. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Wind Waker Randomizer Tournament Season 3 Grand Final. You missed the Kazoo intro. That's fine.
Yeah. Dude, Kazoo's for Game 2.
Do it again.
Kazoo is for Game 2, then. I want to give a warm shout out to everyone involved. This is Game 2, technically, because Gymnast has one game up as an advantage. I'm sorry for the outage. And now I just give it over to Woofer, to Don, and to Mongol. Guys, take it away.
Holy shit, it's time. Grand Finals is happening, guys. We're here. We have unretired 2 people. Don is here. Woofer is here. We're going to have a great time.
Hi. I've been around for most of the races, but I have been watching, so I got an idea of what's going on.
Beautiful.
Now I actually don't have work coming at me with random jobs every day, so I'm here.
Amazing.
Yeah,
and Woofer,
no work randomizer.
So to explain why Jim has a game advantage, basically Jim is still never got out of winner's brackets, so they are giving him this game as an advantage to signify that he hasn't lost yet, basically. And
yeah,
we're
something you might see in other tournaments is like a full bracket reset, so you would do a second best of 5, but instead we're just giving Jim a 1-0 advantage.
And they're both starting with this little trick called Diamond Step Early. I remember when this trick used to be a rare occurrence. Now it's pretty much every game.
At this point, it kind of has to be because of the fact that it seems everybody actually does it early.
Yeah. So the trick to this trick is to jump in the middle of the whirlpool to get warped to the top of Diamond Step and skip the requirement for the hook shot.
And of course, it's very easy to muck this up. I've seen people get it on the first try. I've also seen people take 10, 20 tries.
Yeah, and second time for Jar.
And second time.
And Gymnast too. So this is a trick that requires a second trick right away. You need to Wind Waker dive under the island to then swim to a certain patch of water. And since Wind Waker doesn't know what to do with that, it just warps you to the top one.
Yeah, I guess whoever programmed the game forgot to program in that water can have different levels.
Yeah, it was programmed with a lot of tape and a lot of prayers.
There's a whole lot of praying going on with this game. I don't think anyone watching has any idea. Because of how
Beautiful.
easy it is to break everything in this game. And of course, they're gonna not use the warp pots, because who uses warp pots when they come to this island anyways?
And we're gonna use one, but only one.
It's actually quite easy to just skip pretty much everything.
Piece of art to start.
Okay.
Not exactly what they're hoping for, but also on the nicer side of trash.
I mean, I will
But
always...
since they're doing the same route, it doesn't really matter in terms of the race who gets what here, because they know they're both
Exactly.
going to go in the same direction. So
And Crane, if we want to be technical, they're both using the same pot twice, so they use only one pot. Almost.
Once again, most of them are completely unnecessary.
Yeah, just skip everything.
That's the joke.
Yeah, but don't get into it, Crane. It
Okay.
was a double elimination journey, but since the grand finals is not the double elimination thing, we are giving Jim a little boost since he never lost yet. So he gets one free win for this one. Meanwhile, Jared, coming from losers, has this disadvantage to overcome. Also, glad that we have trackers today because I totally didn't look at the dungeons for today. So apparently it's the Dragon Rose Cavern, Forbidden Woods, Earth Temple, and Wind Temple. Thank you, trackers.
Oh, there we go. Tracker's got it. Just noticed the tracker didn't do the other side.
Beautiful.
But,
So, in this island, we're gonna get a thing called storage. Basically, you pull out the Wind Waker to fall from a ledge and cancel it just before touching the ground, and it will allow you to store the next cutscene. So, by opening a chest, you will get the collisions that you get from opening a chest, which are very small. So that allows you to do shit like climbing on walls. Always fun.
yeah, basically storage allows you to break the game almost in its entirety and do a lot of weird oddball things that really should not be possible, but winds up being
Possible.
the biggest thing to help you with a speedrun.
Beautiful.
And some of the oddball things also include skipping entire areas.
Yeah, remember, guys, walls are our suggestion.
Oh, they have no idea what's coming with the skull hammer when they
Amazing.
eventually get that thing. We say walls are suggestions now, but just wait, it gets better.
And since they got the grapple, Jarhead is actually heading for Torn Fairy Island instead of Bird Rock's Peak.
All right, so that's our first divergence then.
Unless Jim doesn't stop at this island either. It is a good strat because it allows you to get an extra check by just phasing through the wall.
this game is so broken.
It is very broken.
Remember,
But
people
we love it
all
for
their
it.
suggestions.
Not gonna lie, I had no idea that you could do that. Actually, I probably saw it a long time ago, but interesting routing decision by Jarhead to do this.
Yeah, very interesting choice. Like, there's another trick to get into Bird's Peak Rock with the grapple hook, so he's gonna abuse that to get an extra check right there. And just a treasure chart for Jar, so that's not gonna
And
matter.
hook shot for gymnast.
Hookshot, putting everything in Diamond Step early in logic now. Always fun.
This is going to be an interesting race.
Because we have a guy here that knows all about the logic and how it's not good to not go for the logic.
Yeah, the
sometimes
randomizer. Sorry.
Now we both start at the same time. You go.
I was just gonna say, like, Randomizer's logic is built in a way that you sort of have an advantage if you follow the logic to some extent, unless you manage to take a route that's different from your opponent and get an item early that, like, saves time in certain places. And that's really, like, the whole justification for doing Bird's Peak Rock and Diamond Step early, is so that you can save some time on later islands. Because otherwise it wouldn't be worth it to just bypass the logic like this.
Yeah, the big plan of skipping all of those checks is basically to get as much things as you can before going to Windfall, so we can do more checks on Windfall itself.
Yeah, Windfall being the treasure trove of this game, where you can either get a lot of items or you're going to get a lot of junk.
Yeah, basically, Windfall has as many checks as a single dungeon by itself. But so many requirements for them. Yep, Thorn Ferry only had a chart, so today it wasn't required. It wasn't required, so at least this is good for Jim. Let's be honest, it is very good for Jim. Ergod's lyric. Always
Somewhat
a pretty
useful.
good thing. It is a pretty useful song. It's definitely more useful than Wind God's Aria.
Yeah, Wind God's Aria, you can pretty much skip pretty much everything but the first opening for that one, can't you?
Yeah, basically, there's only one check that Wind God's Aria opens in Wind Temple. And even then, if you know how to cheat the game, you don't need it.
All of Wind Temple is kind of just a suggestion. The main central room could be almost completely bypassed by just clipping through walls. It's amazing. I always laugh
Talking
at.
about amazing. Go ahead, Don.
I was gonna say I always laugh at how many of the walls in this game are just literally there for show.
It's pretty interesting. Like, at some point, at what point of phasing through walls do you realize that your work as a developer has been useless, basically? I put all those walls over here, and it don't matter.
And we're also gonna see Gymnast go through so many checks extremely quickly right here.
The first time at Windfall is usually pretty good for this. And yet, a little difference that's gonna happen for our runners, since Jar went to that extra island in the form of Thorn Ferry, he's gonna get on Windfall during the night. So either gonna have to change the time of the day, or just live with it, who knows?
So far, I haven't seen anything particularly useful from Windfall yet. He's already done the teacher and... No, the teacher's not done yet.
No, it's not done. He
He
just
started
started.
he started the hide and seek. He didn't do that yet.
Started the one quest that
Getting
makes
ahead
you
of myself,
question the
boys.
laws of this land, aka the one where you catch kids in broad daylight.
Always a fun time. Find me the children. I need
Children.
them.
Eat them?
Need, not eat, need.
Damn, Don. Eating children at this time of the day?
Listen, you don't get to judge me.
I mean, I do, but I might not be on the right.
Can only eat children for dinner. Lunch is too early.
Yeah. The bones are just too much at this time of the day.
Wait, we do have the mature tag?
Nice.
Oh, nice. That's something I did not know at all. I'm not gonna get worse than I have been.
It is time to mingle with Tingle.
And he got Roar's Pearl.
That's an item that I like, just because it gives you a letter from Komali's father, which is a character that doesn't have a name past Komali's
Hey, he's
father.
And that's the only useful pearl with the current dungeon set, because Tower of the Gods has nothing.
Basically, we play in a mode that is called race mode, and in this one, only 4 dungeons are going to have progression items. They are marked on the tracker down below. The other 2 are going to have nothing in them.
All right, so he's got the bottle, which opens up my favorite check, was a granny check, because you're not a person if you don't save granny.
And the only thing that is a bit different since the last tournament is that a lot of runners are gonna wait to save grandma until they have what it takes to go do the fairy on outside, which is either the power bracelets or bombs and the leaf. But yeah, at some point we're definitely gonna have to scream soup.
I love soup.
Are you ready to scream soup with us, Woofer?
I love grandma's chunky soup. Wait.
You say
Are you-
scream?
Yeah, scream soup.
It used to be one of the jokes I used to do until I got told not to as much.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, we're gonna do it. Oh man.
So, we've almost captured all the children.
Almost. You're the guy to ask for that because you know all about catching children, apparently.
Do I?
Yeah. You're the catching children expert, man. Oh,
Oh, big wallet. That opens up
son
a
of a
mail
shit,
check.
man. So today, those guys are known as the Trust Fund Kids. Amazing. Oh, and some love from Miss Mary. Oh, and Jim is deciding to go through the cutscene here.
This cutscene got removed in newer randomizer versions, right?
Yes, in 1.8, the current version, which got released like yesterday, it has been removed.
So what you're saying is somebody didn't use the most current version.
No, we don't use the most current version for the end of the tournament. The tournament started on 1.6.1, and we're ending it on 1.6.1. So right now, this is a throwback.
All right, so that was the big bomb bag?
Yep, but sadly,
I mean-
when you... The bomb bag upgrades don't serve as bombs, sadly.
I know they don't, but it's better than a sharp stick in the eye.
Yeah, it is. Well, unless that's your thing, who knows?
I do love me extra room to breathe when it comes to consumable stuff.
Mm-mm.
So, you know, big bomb bag, big quiver. Love that stuff.
Oh, and Jim going for Millet. Yes, if you guys are interested in the randomizer, soon after the tournament starts, we're gonna start a series of fun setting races on ZSR. So keep the eyes out for that.
Of course, normally when I first played this game, I'd chase Mila all over the island. Little did I know, you could just hide right here the entire
Just-
time.
You go on the top of the steps, and when she's close, you just kind of teleport behind her. It's kind of weird.
It's immediately after she starts working on the snake.
And I used to
Whenever
think that I used to think that this segment was so cool as a kid, like to have to hide. But,
and now it's just a time sink.
just time sync. Oh, and Jarhead opting out of the time sync. There's a lot of runners that prefer to have the picto box before doing that check because it allows them to do a thing called door storage. But we're probably gonna see that later, so we're gonna save the explanation for that.
Yes. Yes. Of course,
I
he's
think
heading off
this-
to the paw print, I believe? To the salvage corp? Hey.
What were you
So
saying?
this decision by Jarhead's pretty interesting because he ended up going to Thorn Ferry, which cost him time that Jim could potentially save later if he decides to skip it. But then now he's skipping Mila.
Jim just got delivery bag from this, so he's gonna be able to leave Windfall with the town flower for the trading side quest. That could possibly hurt.
Yeah, this seems pretty bad for Jarhead at this point. But that's what happens when you take that kind of risk. You can just have it fire back in your face.
I took a calculated risk, but damn am I bad at maths.
Wait, you know math?
Yeah, I know maths. Sometimes.
Oh, you're better than me then.
Beautiful.
I just don't.
So we're gonna scale the wall on Jar's side. Interestingly, there's 2 items that are gettable in logic in this cave right now, but you could get a 3rd one by doing a little glitch, which is not really much.
There's Din's Pearl.
Yeah, sadly not very useful today, but it's time to flash down Din's Pearl emote in chat. Oh,
that is useful. That is very useful.
Yeah. And that allows him to get all 4 chests and paw print if he knows how to cheat enough.
It's Jarhead. I would assume he knows how to cheat.
So it's time to settle between a wall and a rock. Walk up the rock, and then I'll go open chest. Between a rock and hard place, yes.
Just try not to touch the green shoes. You don't want that all over you.
So now we have to stay warp, and we're gonna redo the same trick, but we're gonna do something different after getting on top of the rock. Oh, Jarhead opting out of this
I think he forgot for a sec.
Yep, he's back. He's back on track. We good. It is the kind of trick that when you enter an island, you know what you can do, and sometimes you gotta forget what you got into the island because you play on automatic, like on autopilot.
Yeah, this is a case where his route actually like changed just because of the item that he got, and he just had to think on the spot what to do.
Yeah,
which is why randomizers.
He got the flight.
Just gonna point out again, walls are suggestions.
Very loose suggestions.
They're just there for show, folks. The walls don't actually exist. They're all a figment of your imagination.
Except if we're talking about real life, because if there's walls around you, please don't try to face through them. I've tried that before. My nose is not the same now.
I want to see that. You didn't record it.
No, I didn't record it.
Why did you not record it? I wanted to see that.
Oh man. I'm gonna have to record it at some point. It's gonna end up on America's Funniest Home Videos or something. Oh,
I just want to point out a small time saver that Jarhead did. So in that last island, when he saw that the item that he got was useless, he just straight up reset instead of saving and resetting. And that's because in the randomizer, the knowledge that a chest is open is just as useful as opening the chest if there's nothing in it. So you can just reset the game to a point where you know you have the items that you need.
Yeah. And there, big divergence here. One of them is going for Dragon Roost Cavern, and the other one seems to be going for Forbidden Woods. That's a pretty big divergence right there. I'm always up for those, man.
It's always interesting to see what happens in 2 different dungeons, but at the same time, now we got to like cross our eyes and hope for the best on what's happening.
Yeah, we're gonna be able to see who guessed where the seed wanted to take us.
Also, play a game with you guys. What's gonna be in the first chest in Dragon Roost?
I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a big key just to mess you up.
Dungeon map.
Jarhead giving back the weapon to the moblin.
Yeah. Bokoblin, but yes.
Bokoblin, whatever. The big ones are the moblins, whatever.
The big one is the moblins, the mini ones are the mini blins. And
Yeah,
there's
I'm dyslexic, okay?
Oh, damn it! What's the small key all along?
How could you get this one wrong?
I don't know, man. He did. So we're gonna do a little bit of storage at the beginning of the dungeon. You know, on both sides. 2 totally different reasons. Jim's gonna open a chest and use the Spider-Man powers. Meanwhile, Jar is doing it just to store a little cutscene.
That cutscene does eat up, like, what, 5
seconds.
seconds?
Yeah,
Something
about,
like that. 5 to 10. Either way, in a race, it's not a inconsequential amount of time. It's actually useful to store that one. There we go, bombs! Woo!
Yeah, we got bombs. Bombs and DRC. And bombs in this rule set are one of the most useful items because in every single dungeon, except for Second Fortress, there is a little thing called Tingle Chests. And Tingle Chests are only activatable with bombs or Tingle Tuner. But oh my god, Jim just found the Hero's Charm.
You better put that thing on.
Yeah, if he doesn't put it on, that's just sad, man.
It's a rule. You gotta put it on if you have it.
Like, honestly,
He never does.
never does. Oh damn.
That makes me feel bad now.
Yeah. Oh, Jar almost running out of magic on top of the lava. That would have been pretty bad.
I also love how when you run out of magic, the Deku leaf just becomes a stick.
It just becomes like a lifeless leaf. So Woofer, what are your thoughts on the Hero's Charm? Do you need to wear it to win a race, or?
I mean, you don't have to, but I think it's like in the spirit of the game to put it on. I know I always did whenever I was playing. It just looks so cool.
Oh, mirror shield for Jim. Pretty good item to get here because right next to Forbidden Woods there is an old island called Angular Island.
Yeah, this is like the most convenient place I've ever seen that thing show up.
Yeah.
And on top of that, there's also another island that Jarhead might be going to soon, called Bomb Island. We all know why I hate that place.
If you guys are not aware of the story, the legend, the tale of Dawn and the Bomb Island, it is said that one man once spent over 20 minutes falling over and over into lava in this island.
In the exact same place, no less.
Yeah. Beautiful.
It wasn't the basketball that got me. It was the narrow ledge and the aftermarket gaming controller. Which reminds me, everyone should be playing this using cheap USB gaming controllers that you get off Amazon for like $10.
That would be a pretty good tournament, the cheap controller tournament, where you fight both the seed and the controller at the same time.
Exactly.
You could just play on keyboard.
Oh, that is a pretty good one too.
No.
But you're allowed to keep you know that GameCube keyboard controller? That's the one thing you're allowed, and you can't touch the sticks.
Oh, Tresco, no, not the CDI controller. Anything but that.
Which CDI controller? The actual controller or the one that was packaged in?
They were all bad.
But that one is even worse.
There was not a single one that was good.
Oh, the Bokoblin here becoming employee of the seed for now, on Jar's side.
Actually, I have tried playing this on an N64 controller, and it did work out pretty okay, actually.
Oh, man.
You just had to figure out how to set up the C buttons as a stick. Other than that, it was good.
So I'm pretty glad that we're seeing such a big route difference at the beginning of the seed. That's always exciting.
Yeah, it makes everything a lot more interesting. And that's what I love about this kind of thing is you have the two guys at the top of their game and they're actually doing different routing. It makes everything a little bit more interesting because you never know what's going to actually happen.
Yeah, honestly. You get to see, like, also you get to see a lot of things in the seed a lot faster than if they both went the same way. So that's always interesting for this.
Hey, it's Spoils Bag.
Spoils Bag.
It's a nice. It's not a.
Is this pretty cool?
In terms of the routing, I think something that's interesting is that when you're playing, you sometimes want to do a different route than your opponent because that's the only way to actually save time sometimes. So even though it's like a race and you're playing by yourself, you definitely have to try to anticipate what your opponent's going to do, which is like a mind game despite them not seeing each other's screens.
You kind of have to get into your opponent's mind, think about what they're gonna do, and maybe do just the reverse to mess them up. Like there
I
are
choose to
players.
do nothing. I win by default because I didn't enter. Aha!
Beautiful. But yeah, I think what you said, Woofer, becomes even more clear as the games go on. Like every time a player plays against another player more than once, they start to like figure out what that player likes to do first, and usually it starts to show in the later races. Like I remember last tournament, a lot of people knew that you would avoid left side or temple like the plague. It's the kind of thing that would start to be known at some point.
I have noticed that some of the guys that do force themselves to do Earth Temple last wind up sometimes, not all the time, missing out on massive progression items that they could have gotten a lot earlier. They just sucked it up and went there.
Yeah, on top of that also, if you're playing against better players, you want to take more risks because otherwise you're just gonna...
Gymnast just fell down from the trees that are there. Almost got to the tall roof. Oh, and fill up coupon for Jarhead. That is the one item I like to see.
The
fill up coupon. Oh,
what now?
The fill up coupon. Basically, it's a little coupon that lets you refill all of your items at Beetle's shop for free.
That must have just been added in at random because I don't remember that thing at all.
It wasn't available in the game. You had to buy like a shit ton of stuff from Beetle to get it, though.
Oh, so in other words, it was one of those things I just never finished because why would I do that?
Pretty much, yes.
Yeah, I thought it was a name too.
That's what I heard too, but
Oh.
I was watching Gymnast in the dungeon he's in, and I was like, wait, what?
And for the people that thought it was a name, I'm sorry for my very thick French accent for some reason.
Oh my god.
Now that's a moblin, Don. That one is a moblin.
I have like 4 ways to mute my microphone because I have a cold.
Amazing.
So if you ever hear me say, oh god, and then suddenly go silence.
Just assume the silence is him coughing. Oh, Jar trying to get storage here from the stairs. He's now gonna do the thing that we all love, aka not respecting walls.
Yeah, but Crane, I have a difference between you and I. My buttons are all external from the computer. Like the switch on the microphone, the switch on the thing here, the switch on the back of the thing. There's another switch somewhere else. I can unplug the cable. It's all good.
That strat that Jarhead just did is super cool because it's randomizer only. Because the grappling hook in the vanilla game is just not in a chest, but now you just have this chest that gives you chest storage, which is
it is
so
a very
cool.
nice strat. The first guy I saw do that was Frostbite, and since he showed that, a lot of players have picked that one up. And yes, every single glitch except one are authorized in Wind Waker Randomizer. The only thing that we don't do is the bear skip, because now that exists for some reason.
Yeah, and I'm super mad that we can't use it because it's a race for getting all the items.
Yeah, it would just break the randomizer. It's a very nice strat. We found a setup for it, even in the rando, but it's not something that we can do.
Lego should just patch it.
That
Right?
would be funny. Imagine Lego just patching it. That's a glitch right there. I don't want this.
Also, Monko wouldn't be able to do his joke anymore if they made barrier skip legal. He'd have to break his contract because he wouldn't be able to say it anymore.
So, interesting thing to note, Gymnast had to go out of the dungeon without defeating the boss because he didn't have a single way to do it, except maybe grappling hook, and you don't want to do that. Could have used Yoke Shot, yes. It doesn't feel pretty fun, but yes, he could. And he's now going to the one island in the world of Wind Waker where physics matter even less than usual. It's Angular Island.
Oh, this place hurts my brain.
What about you? What about you, Woofer? Does your brain hurt when you do this island?
I mean, I love when a block just floats. It looks great.
Look at that. He pushed the block without touching it.
The block floated and...
How do you pull a block from under another block without the top one moving? Oh my god.
Listen, people, this is how physics works, even in real life. Just embrace it.
Isaac Newton is rolling in his grave right now. Yeah, but Elijah, but Jenga is not played with blocks of stone.
Also, this would be the easiest game of Jenga ever. You can just move any block you want.
Oh,
hey, that's a Master Sword right there.
it's shiny, it's blue. I like it.
Amazing. Meanwhile, Jarhead finishing up with Goma. So, he's gonna get this first piece of the Triforce. Quick reminder that we start the seed with 4 of them, and 4 of them are on the bosses of each of the dungeons that are in Logic.
And he remembered to pick it up, which is good.
It is good. It cost someone a race last tournament.
Hence why every time they remember to pick it up, I will be vocal about it.
Yeah. Remember to pick up your Triforce shards. Otherwise, you get into the interview and I yell at you for not taking a picture of it with your Picto box. So,
yeah. And I saw a question about who you think is ahead in the race right now. I'm personally one of the people that prefers not to say until at least an hour in, because that's when there will be a definite leader, in my opinion. But what's your guys' opinion on that?
I think we're at this point in a weird spot where Jarhead has bombs and Jim has the Master Sword and the Mirror Shield. Those are like extremely useful items that open up a lot of locations. So I think we'll see later on how their past decisions actually play.
Hey guys, it's time to yell soup.
Yeah, right. Soup!
Got the soup, boys.
Was that worth it?
Yeah, that was worth it.
It's totally worth it.
It was good for me. Like,
here comes the hate mail.
it felt good inside. Oh, another Master Sword right there. I think
Back in the game.
That was the mail from the bomb. I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure as well. But once again,
so we now know where 2 swords are.
And they're require doing 2 different dungeons.
All right, now give me vanilla light arrows. I'd like to see them do every single check before going into Hyrule, just in case there's no light arrows in Hyrule.
Oh, and the telescope from Grandmother.
Grandma check has something.
Yeah.
It's an item.
Telescope. That's pretty good.
That telescope is gonna mess up his menuing.
That's his trick. You don't get the telescope often enough to remember how the menu goes with it. That is true.
Yeah, now you have to sit there and visually check. Is this what I wanted?
Oh, and Jarhead is gonna go to Outset too. Yeah, get Grandma healed also. But he has the leaf and the bomb, so he's gonna be able to go check the fairy island on the top of the island.
And Gymnast is now heading into Dragon Roost himself.
Pretty nice. I wouldn't be surprised to see Jarhead actually head for them woods as soon as he's done with outset.
It would make sense.
And who needs basketball in their life? You just float.
Once again, never had a problem with the basketball.
Amazing.
For me, it's narrow ledges.
3-pointers, 2-pointers. Who needs those?
Okay. Jarhead almost now in the fairy fountain.
Yeah, what are we gonna get from this check? This is one check that we didn't see yet, so pretty interesting. And while Jim is getting his somehow vanilla small key at the beginning of the dungeon.
I wonder how that keeps happening. It's almost like we never found a way to get around the door or something.
And as mentioned in chat, Jim is gonna save a few precious seconds in this dungeon because he already has a bigger sword.
And we got from the fairy a hurt.
That's better than nothing. That's better than a stick in the eye, as you said earlier.
Oh, I'll never not take more health.
And Jim now getting his bombs. Also interesting to note, in our settings right now, we have a set of warp pods that go between Dragon Rose Cavern, Forbidden Woods, and Tower of the God, as well as one that goes between Forsaken Fortress, Earth Temple, and Wind Temple. So he's going to be able to use those to go back and do the Chingo chest in the bottom of Forbidden Woods.
Or even just tingle chests in general.
Yeah.
Oh, Grandma. Here, take this fairy.
Guys, I hope you're ready for Soup 2.0.
Okay, we
Bigger
actually
and
try-
better.
Yeah.
We're gonna sync it up this time, boys.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
So
The soup gives you 4 times damage.
Yeah. It makes
it's
you
a
stronger.
very fantastic thing.
Makes you both stronger in the game and stronger in real life because you saved someone.
Grandma's chunky soup. And as I said earlier, you're not a person if you don't save Grandma. They are both people.
And yes, right now Jim going for the vanilla route in the dungeon, but sadly for him there is 2 small keys in the big key area, so he's gonna get stuck at some point.
Does he not have the required equipment to start doing this backwards?
Hey there.
Hello.
Hang on. Sorry, wrong channel.
Yep, I was about to say.
Wow.
Say hello to Skywards and bye to Skywards.
Why, hello there.
Surprise commentator. I think he's not here for the right game.
It's like, who are you?
I mean, I would have accepted him.
We are very, very accepting people in this group. You can pretty much show up anywhere at any time and just be like, why, hello there.
Hello there.
Someone got the joke. That's not how it works.
How any of this works. And we are now going into Forbidden Woods. Yeah, to do DRC backwards, you need a bow.
Yes, that's always misses the bow. I knew he was missing something, but I couldn't put my finger on what.
And he's now going for the basement with the good old leaf trick. You can also skip any requirements for the basement, except the bobs, if you want to do a little precise job. See some people do it. Man.
Okay. So they're both doing known checks at this point, so it's just all about who can do them faster.
I'm actually gonna ask it right there, but chat and my co-commentators, where do you think those guys are gonna go next after completing both of those dungeons?
Well, Jarhead will probably obviously go to Angular because of the thing. He better put that thing on.
Oh, yeah, yes!
Oh, he's doing it! He's doing it!
He's got it. He got it. He's now the people's champ.
Yeah, at this point, he deserves to win.
Yeah.
Right? He took the time to put the hero charm on. He deserves it.
That's amazing. For now, the not having the delivery bag hasn't hurt Jared like at all, but it could start hurting him at some point.
The question is he going to go back before it becomes an issue or not?
Yep, basically. There are 2 picto box in the world, so he's probably gonna go as soon as he finds one, or has nothing left to do, basically. Never shield is gonna allow him to go break physics again. My nose is still bleeding from the last time.
Wait, what?
What?
You tried it again without telling us? You're really bad at this whole, you gotta tell us when you try this kind of thing.
Nice.
Where's my phone yelling at me this time? Incorrect code has been, what? Oh, I know what that is. Okay.
So we're while we're seeing checks that we have already seen, I want to remind you guys that this is game 1, well, game 2 technically, of this grand finals. There are 4 games to go, including this one. Basically, at 2 p.m. EST for 4 days in a row, we're gonna get some Wind Waker randomizer, the grand finals between Jim and Jarhead. So you're gonna get some action in the coming week. It's gonna be amazing.
Jarhead getting real close to the end of that Forbidden Woods. Actually, they're both real close to the end of both their dungeons, but
Yeah.
I want to know what's inside that tingle chest.
Yeah, the technical chest in the basement, we're gonna be able to see it thanks to Jarhead, because that's probably the next place he's gonna go. What do you guys think is in this tingle chest in the bottom of Forbidden Woods?
I
Triforce
love
chart.
how you can just walk through those thorn... Oh, I guess those thorn tentacles. Let's be real here. Once you get hurt because of the invincibility frames.
Well, they just left a little gap there, just like the barrier.
Yeah, it's like the bear skip to practice for bear skip. It's amazing.
You know the Forbidden Woods boss key skip is only possible because they didn't put the door in the very...
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of skips in this game that are all due to developers not accounting for storage.
Or accounting for people that are just willing to break the game for some reason.
That's why you get beta testers that like to glitch. I think my favorite developer oversight is definitely the Songstone in Wind Temple before the boss that is just far enough from the wall that you can settle behind it.
Jarhead hitting some trouble spots at Forbidden Woods here.
Yeah, Jim also had trouble at this point earlier. This room becoming the employee of the sea right there.
He did not fall down
Okay.
though. Oh, he's got the butt plug.
Or Tingle statue. One of the best Tingle statues out there.
I don't even know what the purpose of those things are. And oh, Gymnast taking a fall.
No. The
It's
staircase
really
is
hard
not
to
supposed-
bonk on that, but he did it.
Yeah, honestly, that's just impressive.
I didn't even see where he bonked. Did he hit the actual wall or the step?
You can hit the
You can hit the
steps.
step.
We still need that Google Doc about which stairs are stairs and not stairs in this game.
Right?
Oh, and that's pretty sync. Gymnast was beating a moblin, and meanwhile Jar was getting his skull necklace. That's the same thing.
Almost. It's like they were twins for a second there.
By the way, props to Bolt Runners for being able to open this door with just the hook shot. That is actually very hard.
You might want to just do something about the Piats, Jar.
Never
What will
give
give
up.
out first? The vines or his health?
Apparently, it was the vines. You break this one little thing, and then you have a clear path for the chest.
Meanwhile, I still clear them all out. Let it be known, I've never actually claimed to be good at this.
Oh, and it's time to break logic a little. But the bomb.
Oh,
Use the bomb to push yourself out of bounds, and now you can go to the basement.
once again, folks, walls are suggestions.
Yeah. And yes, command melody technically required in this seed. And we're now in the basement. Jar doing a different strat than usual because he doesn't have any magic left. There we go.
And now he does. Oh, he missed that first bomb.
And time for Go Ma on Jim's side. It's a boss that kind of feels like a big cutscene, but is also a boss.
Okay.
Trick the high on opening. So we're gonna see the tingle chest in the basement of Forbidden Woods pretty soon.
Who knows? It might actually have the most important item in the game, and we just don't know it.
Yeah, we don't know it yet. It'll be interesting to see.
And we got power bracelets. Better than nothing.
That's pretty huge.
That is the entrance to our temple right there. It is definitely very good right now.
Jarhead finding himself in a half decent spot despite not getting that delivery bag. Which he's probably going to get as soon as he gets a picto box, which we haven't come across at all from what I've seen.
Forbidden Wood big key here.
No, he's going for another clip.
Another bomb clip.
Once again,
Remember
balls do
that-
not exist.
And the bomb almost got him, but we good. Meanwhile, Gymnast finishing things up with Goma. He's gonna get his first piece of the Triforce. And
There we
got
go.
the clip.
And there's the big Octos going, "Hey guy, what are you doing up there? You're supposed to come this way.
What are you doing into the wall?
We can't get you when you're in the wall."
To answer your question, Talon, they are both playing on the same seed. They're just doing different dungeons right now. But they are very much on the same seed.
Gymnast might actually go and do the town flower thing too. He's got that started, doesn't he?
He does have the town flower on him. And at this point, it could be a good idea. For now, though, I think he's gonna go back to Forbidden Woods right now.
After doing this one last check, apparently.
Yeah, in Forbidden Woods, he needs to go back to the basement. Meanwhile, Jarhead closing in onto the boss of Forbidden Woods. He has bombs, so he should be able to do it.
Okay,
Funny
note to mom. Now he really needs that delivery bag.
Yeah, delivery bag is starting to hurt him a little right there.
So this is gonna pay off for Jim because he's gonna be able to get those power bracelets as well.
Yes. Guys, remember, never forget the warp pots when you play the Wind Waker Randomizer. They could very well save your life. Oh, Jarhead getting one bomb off from Kalidimos right there.
Well, he's gonna need to drink his soup soon.
Interesting thing is that since he has the Hero's Charm, you guys can follow at home on how many hits he did on Kalidimos. That's still one. Yes, you can kill this boss with the bombs. Basically, the bomb explosions are just big enough to hit him inside of the flower, which is pretty fun. So basically, you need a pretty precise throw, but if you get it, the boss dies.
Not only do you need a precise throw, though, but you also need a decent pool of health.
Yeah. Thankfully, we have soup, so we could dupe some soup.
My best flavor of soup is dupe soup.
Honestly, I wish I could dupe soup in real life.
Oh, he almost didn't have
Almost
enough
did.
health there.
Imagine running out of health at the same moment as you kill Kalidimos.
Then you have to go through the entire dungeon again to go and get the Triforce shard.
No, doing the with bombs is not in logic, but it is something that our runners know how to do.
Zombie hover to the Triforce shard.
Nice.
It's not a bad plan. I've heard of a lot worse ideas.
So, Woofer, what do you think is going to be the next destination for Jarhead right now?
Well, I mean, he can either finish up the few overworld checks that he actually has access to, or try to go to Earth Temple, but then not completely finish it. Either way, it's like gonna be weird and not ideal.
It is a pretty weird situation right there. What about you, Chet? Where do you think he's gonna go after Angular, of course?
He's got the Hoi pair. It's the most important
pair?
item in the game. The Hoi pair? Hoi pair.
Can control birds.
Oh, Lakar, everything's important. Come on now. Why else would you be picking it up if it wasn't important?
Oh man, it's time for Bomb Island.
I hate this place.
I've never seen that cannon shot before. That was so cool.
That was
Yeah,
actually really awesome.
I've seen a few players do it recently, but every time they do it, I love it. Like, honestly, it saves you a little bit of time. It's super small, but it's so cute.
No, Savage is not in the settings.
Thankfully, it is not. Imagine 50 floors of that in the middle of a run.
Yeah, they're going for a race, and like 4 hours later, they're finally through Savage.
The gymnast is doing the bomb strat too. Sadly, he's not wearing Hero's Charm, so you can't keep the track of the health at home.
And that was
there you
the
go.
little spot that was giving me trouble when I was here. I could not walk along that ledge to save my life.
Jar leaving a bomb behind him, hoping for it to explode, and the
It looks like
falling
it
to the
killed
hole, but that didn't work.
Magtail went the wrong way.
Thankfully, we got the 3-pointer, so now we only need the other shot to do. So 6 Triforce shards on both sides right now. This is an extremely close race.
Coming just short. There we go.
Oh no! The Magtail coming up at the last second.
The Magtails are not giving Jarhead a good time at all right now.
Magtail's now employee of the seed for this seed.
Employee of the seed.
Employee of the
I
seed.
just
How many of
realized
those
that's
can
what
you
would
have?
say.
It changes every time you find another monster that is stronger than the last one.
Ugh.
Oh, is that
Second
no,
sword
that's-
for Jim.
Palm Master Sword? Yes.
And he's got the other thing from Orca, which was the Hoi pair.
Yeah, Oi Bear. So we currently know where 2 swords are. We still don't know where any of the bows are. So could be interesting. Where do
It
you
does
guys...
seem like they're gonna do overworld checks at least for a bit until they can full clear it.
That is not surprising. And yes, right now, the big difference between the 2 runners is that Gymnast has a delivery bag and Jarhead does not. And we know that the delivery bag is on Milla on Windfall, so Jar needs a strong reason to go back to Windfall.
If you look, the ghost ship was in the distance on Gymnast just there.
Yes, they need a hammer as well. So interesting strat we did mention in Bomb Island that Gymnast is not doing, but Jar did. Jar threw a bomb at the lava to make the Magtail go in the ball faster.
Let's see how good he's got for the basketball.
Basketball's going well for Jim at least.
It's gone well. All right. First shot.
And the hook shot is already firmly planted into the chest. Damn.
He's getting ahead of himself just a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit, but it worked out. Time for Angular for Jar. He's gonna get the second sword.
Door cancel in the Wind Temple is a viable strategy if you have to go mode and you don't have hammer. The chance of that's pretty low, but
It is a viable strategy, and I'm pretty sure the bolt runners here know how to do it. Well, time for my nose to bleed again. I don't understand this place. Where's the gravity? Where's the gravity?
There's no such thing as gravity.
We don't need gravity where we're going.
Gravity's
Still
just a suggestion.
Still extremely hard to say who's ahead, but that could change pretty soon since Jim is starting to check the checks from his mailbag. But for now, they both have 2 swords, they both have 2 Triforce shards, so it's pretty damn close.
That's why I haven't been saying anything. It's so close, yet so far away.
Oh, is Jar gonna do a little super swim?
It would appear so.
Yeah, it's trying to get storage. And there's a chest at the top of this island. The yellow mail that Jarhead has is called Moblin's Letter. You need the delivery bag to go deliver it, though.
And I don't know where he's super swimming to, but we're gonna find out.
Yeah. And to swim, by the way, if you guys are prone to epileptic seizures, maybe look away for a little bit because this screen is gonna flash a lot.
All right, let's see what this quest gives him.
And he's
Boomerang.
now at our temple. He's going to our temple. The gamble is on.
Is
The gamble
Boomerang
is
gonna
hard.
give Jim anything?
Considering that he finished Forbidden Woods, is not gonna give him anything, no.
So I guess at this point they're pretty even, except Jarhead just dipped into Earth Temple.
Yep, he's dipping right now.
It's a strange decision, but
It's a strange
the only
decision,
person
but,
who knows what he's thinking is him.
And also, never forget that Jar is a pretty big sphere, guys. So maybe the spheres are telling him to go there. But that is, we need to look at what is gonna happen. Could also be a thing of check density because there's a lot of checks here. Basically, spheres are a little thing. I think Woofer could explain it way better than I can.
Yeah, basically at the start of the game you have access to a certain group of locations, and that's the first sphere. And then all the items that are in those locations will give you access to more locations, and that's the second sphere, and then you go on based on that. And the thing that's interesting about the spheres is that the earlier spheres are more likely to have items than later ones, just because of how items are placed. However, even though in the early versions of the randomizer the spheres mattered a lot, it's actually a lot more unpredictable now, so that's why you'll end up seeing really important items.
That
later
is
on.
a very big item that Jarhead just got in the bow.
Yeah, the first bow in our temple. That is a very nice thing to find.
Now, he doesn't have command melody, I don't think, does he?
Yes,
Oh, he
they
does.
both have
Okay.
command melody.
I must miss that.
So thank you, Woofer, for this explanation on spheres. It's good to hear it from the guy that made the tracker.
Sphere is like a ball.
Yeah, it is like a orb.
Would you say it's circular in shape?
It is circular in shape. It
Ah,
might
okay.
be an oval, for as far as we know, because it's pretty damn small.
Should a sphere be an oval?
It be an oval. Who knows?
Perhaps
A
even
sphere?
oblong.
A sphere can be. Oh man, what about a cube?
Is that like a square with round sides?
Yeah,
I mean, if you need to have extra interior volume of something, a cube wouldn't be that bad of an idea.
oh man. It's according to Din, a sphere is a big ball of wibbly wobbly rando stuff.
Technically not wrong.
Yeah. So the chest that Jar just did is another Tingle chest. Damn Tingle putting chests all over the place.
And here comes the song stuff.
All those squares make a circle. That's pretty much what
Future.
it pretty much is what a video game is. Like all those polygons make a circle somehow.
Yeah, but polygons aren't square; they're polygonal.
Yeah. So what are
Which-
what are we gonna find else in our temple? Because right now this is very interesting to see such a play right there.
We will see everything and all at the same time.
And the Wintingold statue for gymnast. Has someone been keeping track of how many of those statues we have found yet?
It should be on the tracker.
We found 2, according to our tracker, Artemis. Thank you, Artemis.
Do we get anything if they find all the single statues at all?
3 wings at a bar that doesn't exist.
I will make that bar exist so I can have
Yeah.
things. Even if I have to pay to open the bar myself. It's only fair.
Yeah. And Jim is now back on Windfall. We're gonna go check another check from the mailbag. Let's see if that one pays off. Because for now, the mailbag hasn't been that useful in the seed. But it's bound to.
None of them have done any of the checks for the mailbag.
Yeah. They Jim did the one from the Zonary Trading side quest, but it only had a boomerang in it.
Alright. Moblin's letter, go.
Oh, that is huge.
Oh wow.
That would be
Skull
nice
App-
to have
I'm
right
Maggie.
now.
That is.
And that
huge.
really changes the dynamic of the race here, because now Jim has easy access to Wind Temple, easier time in Earth Temple, and who knows when Jarhead's going to come back and get the delivery back.
Yeah. Basically, right now, to put the idea back in the mind of Jarhead, you need to find a Picto Box.
There hasn't been one.
And to answer your question, Lakar, he saved Warp because Jar realized that he doesn't have the hammer to activate the light and go on into the dungeon.
There could be a Picto box on the second floor of Zanari's house, though, couldn't there?
No. I sure hope for Jarhead that he opened the warp pod, but I didn't see him do it. You could have a Picto behind a Picto. That is possible, yes, Don.
Oh no, wasn't there 2 chests in the second floor, though?
Yeah, but you need one Picto box to be able to access those chests in Logic.
Oh yeah, right, the door's locked, isn't it?
Yeah. It's locked until you get the Picto box. Oh, and Jar finding out.
Oh, that's the only overworld check he has access to right now, isn't it?
Yeah. He's doing the thing. He is doing the thing. Activate the windmill at the same time to lose less time.
Item sliding is only for Wind Waker HD there, Kaba.
Yeah, okay. It is a Wind Waker HD only thing. Yes, this is the randomizer is based on SD rather than HD.
Gotta love HD though, because they fixed storage, but they broke so much else.
Yeah, they fixed something and then that created more problems, basically.
It's magic.
Yes, to the person that asked if the Master Sword for Jarhead is a baseball bat, there's a bunch of custom models for this randomizer. I think at this point the list is so long that I should not name them all. But it's still
I
missing.
believe he's using. I was gonna say he's using. I believe it's Lucas from
It's from Earthbound.
Earthbound, but
Yeah,
yet, even though I've asked multiple times, Danny DeVito has not yet been made.
Yeah, we are once again asking for a Danny DeVito skin.
Probably still not gonna get it, just like the mailbox, but you know, one can
Yeah.
dream.
I'm still waiting for the mailbox. Yes, I corrected myself, Lakar, right after. And the delivery bag for Jarhead. Meanwhile, Jim going into Earth Temple.
Jim's going in with the Skull Hammer, so I think he'll be able to get further than Jarhead did.
Yeah, he's gonna be able to open the right side at least. That's 2 checks right there. With enough skips, he can definitely full clear.
Jarhead's now kicking himself.
Yep, we saw some angry mouse movements on his tracker, so... Let's see where Jar goes next.
Oh, he's got to mail that note to Mom, doesn't he? as he mails the note for Mom.
Yeah.
That must be psychic or something.
I still don't understand why Bido's mom has a name in Bashiko, but Komali's father has no name past Komali's father. That will haunt me forever.
That's the only thing that's going to haunt you forever. Consider yourself blessed.
Oh, man.
I've seen some things in video games. I'm just saying.
I thought you meant at your home. The haunted house.
Well, I'm not sure what's haunting me here, but...
Buddy. It's probably Buddy.
It's probably his fault somehow, yeah. Buddy doing his demonic rituals in the middle of the night.
Yeah, it is pretty weird to see the shoes in the correct color. Now that the randomizer has been having RandomizerHME colors for 2 builds.
Oh no.
You
I'm
didn't
that
know
far
that, huh?
behind? I'm that far behind?
Yeah, we have random
no.
colors now. Okay, Jar is going to Wind Temple. Could be interesting.
Once again, they are diverging.
Which makes it even harder to tell who's ahead.
It
To be
really
honest.
does.
I think the reason he's going to Wind Temple here is because he knows that Jim is going to be able to full clear Earth Temple, most likely. Because he
Basically,
didn't skip.
he's pretty much hoping that Wind Temple is the solution at this point.
I hate whiz ropes.
With robes.
Eh.
Luke and Sam's more evil brothers, man. So what is on the right side of the Earth Temple? Oh, and hello Raiders from ZeldaSpeedRuns 2. Welcome to this Wind Waker Randomizer tournament race. This is grand finals between gymnast86 and JarheadHME. This is game 1/2 at the same time because since Gymnast is from the winners bracket, he gets a free game. I hope you guys are ready for soup.
Soup?
Soup. Rating ourselves, yes. Classic. Oh
When
man.
did Stoop become a command?
Yeah, it became a command today. And yes, this is a best of 5 with a 1-game advantage for Gymnast. Since he got out of... He never got out of winner's bracket.
Crane, you're 100% correct. If he gets go mode for Wind Temple, this race is essentially over at this point.
We need to see what is going to be in Wind Temple, though.
Exactly. Oh, Jarhead definitely could take the warp bot back, which I think will be his plan. But once again, we need to see what's over in Wind Temple before we can make any calls on what's going to happen.
So basically, in Earth Temple, Jar didn't get to do right side. Don't think he did left side. He went to the basement, did a few chests, and then got blocked in the room where you need the hammer to activate the sun.
1 sword, 2 bows?
Yep.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
It is what it is.
There's a pretty good chance that those items are in both of these dungeons, and they might end up having to do like the same check.
I still want them vanilla light arrows. I'm just saying.
Don't we
all
all?
All I'm saying is right now we still have a chance for both vanilla sword and vanilla light arrows.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Both are
But
possible.
what are the odds?
It's pretty damn low, but I want them to happen.
Yeah, I like to keep my hopes realistic in that it might just be one vanilla thing. You guys are hoping for double vanilla? No, the odds is too low.
Or even more evil, as mentioned by Elijah in the chat, it is possible for Pictobox to be in Hyrule, and then the check activity to be back in Overworld.
Oh no, that's terrifying.
Or another
concept,
pretty
actually.
evil one. Another pretty evil one that has happened in the past. Fire and ice arrows being in the light arrow chest is also possible.
I've gotten that before.
Yep.
It hurts, but it's also like, wow,
It's also
I
extremely
got the special seed.
Oh no.
It is really special. So you guys could be in for some A-grade troll seed right there.
Not sure what gymnast is. Oh, there you go.
He's trying
He's
to
going for the clip.
ignore-
I wasn't sure if he was gonna get it or not.
He got it. He's gonna dupe the soup while being halfway through a door. And we're
Well, you know, if you're going for a boss encounter, which technically this is a mini boss, it's always good to go in with everything you
By the
can.
way, Jar is now back in her temple.
This room is always so bright and overexposed.
Pretty damn bright. And now here's that guy that was never gonna be employee of the seed. It's the mini boss that we can entirely skip. Thanks.
I was gonna say, if Jim misses that grapple enough times, he might be able to get hit.
Oh, all of that for treasure chart 19. Do you
It's my
guys have a
favorite
favorite chart?
My favorite treasure chart. I don't even know what it leads to, but it's my favorite.
I'm pretty partial to treasure chart 23.
Well, that's another good one too.
Pretty good, man. Oh. What is gonna be in the casket? Just a bit of money. The facing a grave. Not taking the money though. He has morals. He has morals.
I mean,
And yes,
you're already there, and you've already defaced the grave. I mean,
Not
and
taking that
some-
money almost makes up for the hero's charm. Almost.
Almost. Not quite though. You missed a lot of things, Jack Watcher. A lot of things.
all the
Oh,
things
man.
actually.
We're now at 8 hearts on both sides. This is one hell of a healthy seed.
Makes me feel bad because I've been slacking. Not going to the gym and things.
Again.
I'm not that
You're
healthy,
not
but
going
this
to the
seed
gym,
is
but
super
you're
healthy.
You're watching a race with a guy called Gymnast. I think that counts as going to the gym.
It might be. Really, I should have just got like my compact elliptical out for this whole race and just sat there using it.
Jared also going for the little my god, roll clip.
Oh,
Time to defend
Jarhead.
again.
Also not taking the money from the looks of it. I'm sure if this wasn't a race, they'd take that money.
Or if it was a race where you needed a lot of money, like with the money checks.
Oh no, not the money checks.
Capitalism.
Oh, Jarhead taking a hit.
Yeah, Jared took a hit. So now this guy. Oh my god,
Oh
twice!
my god.
He's getting it twice. This guy is now employee of the seed for Jared. Pretty sure.
It's getting pretty close to being employee of the seed right there.
Employee of the seed, every seed.
That guy rarely gets mad, but when he does, he won't stop.
He won't stop. He's just gonna mash. He's a button.
You're gonna be down in the bottom of the Earth Temple fighting Jalhala, and that guy's just gonna be smacking the walls in that room the entire time.
And we now have 2 runners going for the basement at the same time. But now the seed has been pretty nice, generally. Both players have done about the same checks. Jar dipped our tempo a bit too early and had to go back, but still pretty good.
Yeah, it's been very close between the two of them this entire time.
Yeah, it is not a jet seed, that is for sure. We had 2 players entering different dungeons for the first dungeon. That was pretty good.
We got to see what was in both dungeons within the first 45 minutes.
Yeah, and now it's time to kill some hands with the power of soup. Jar now back to the room where he got stuck before. He has a hammer though now.
So you could say it's hammer time?
Always hammer time. I think you got booed for this.
I'm pretty sure I got booed for this.
That's fine. We both got booed.
Well, you know, you get some really good ones and sometimes you get some really bad ones. It happens.
It's okay. At least Woofer didn't get booed. It's a trick.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say it.
No, you don't say it, and then you act like you have the moral high ground. That's the trick. Well, they're pretty much at the same place now. In the same dungeon. That is always fun to see that level of synchronization.
It's hard to say if Jarhead's actually ahead right now because they've done different numbers of checks in the overworld, so it's going to come down to whether or not Jarhead actually goes back and does that stuff.
Basically.
Really too close to call.
We're getting a hell of a race, honestly. If all of the races for this best of 5 are as good, you guys need to watch all of them. And that's gonna be pretty easy because the races are basically gonna be every day at 2 p.m. EST for the next 4 days.
Oh, you mean I gotta wake up before noon?
Yeah, afternoon actually. And time to open the warp pot and then jump with Medley to the bottom of the dungeon.
That's always a fun jump I've seen. I love how this is a command now.
It's now coming for soup.
Did that just become a command today?
I think it is. Became a command, and I love it for it.
It's beautiful.
I also love the head command where it says not void kid him and got DQ'd.
Oh.
Okay, what's the first item of the room? It is the big key. Always nice to find.
It's always useful not to actually have to do a big key skip.
So there's multiple strategies in this room. There's one that involves a roll clip. There's one that involves doing half of the room instead of the full room. But you really don't want to do full room because that is the slowest check in all of the game.
Hey, look, Maggie's letter.
Maggie's letter, damn. That's one more item in Windfall. Also, for a new reminder, we're playing on 1.6.1, so the Stalfos here are immune to light arrows. We don't have them yet, so that is not going to change anything. But if we had light arrows in version 1.7 or 1.8, we could just obliterate them.
Shoutouts to Lago for actually fixing vanilla glitches. instead of Nintendo doing it themselves.
Yeah, Lego was doing a better job than Nintendo at this point.
If we're being fair, Nintendo just shipped this out as soon as they could.
Yeah.
And they weren't expecting people to discover glitches like that, because name and time you're supposed to have light arrows right now.
Actually, they totally expected you to never have light arrows when you saw those guys, because you get light arrows like after encountering all of them, basically.
Yeah. So, the biggest question is, why does Goma have an effect for light arrows, and why is it that Goma gets healed by light arrows?
Yeah, Goma gets healed by light arrows. Like, honestly, you put Goma instead of Phantom Ganon in Ganon's tower, and this game is unbeatable.
Yeah,
I still don't believe that it's a real thing.
Yeah. You don't believe that Goma gets healed by light arrows?
No, I think it's a myth.
It is not a myth. Honestly. I've seen it.
It's actually quite the scary situation to be in. I just want to think of who the first guy was that actually tried to heal Goma to death. Because I feel like there's somebody out there that's trying that somewhere.
Oh, the last Master Sword in the big key chest of our temple. So now we only need 2 more bows. So the double vanilla is now dead, but the single vanilla could still happen.
Indeed, it could. Or ice arrows in hybrid.
That would be amazing.
I really hope for ice arrows in hybrid right now. I like watching these guys suffer sometimes. I'll be honest, I'm that guy.
It's amazing. So opening the little warp pod to go back to Jahala, get the third Trifle Shard.
Bye, Medley. It was nice knowing you.
Thank you, Medley, for singing us off to the boss. That is always nice. And it's now time for Jarhead on Jahala. Amazing. Think about it. This boss is pretty much you seeing a ghost and being like, that guy needs to be even more dead.
I was gonna get really mad for a second there because I thought you were just gonna end it on you. This boss is basically you. Oh.
No, it's not you, Don. It is not you. You're much more alive than this.
Am I though?
On the outside, yes. On the inside, no.
Oh, okay. As long as we're clear on that.
So this boss is pretty fun. And basically, you need to kill 5 little ghosts every single phase. Otherwise, you get an extra phase, and you can't kill more than 5 because the phase ends when you kill 5.
It would be amazing if they had Hurricane Spin though. I always love doing this boss with Hurricane Spin. I don't know why it feels so much better to me, but it does.
Oh,
Hurricane Spin's also good in that room in Savage Labyrinth with all the Jews.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Just pointing out a little thing on Jim's side, he's using the Skull Hammer to use the Mirror Shield on his back without aiming to go through the phases. It's pretty good.
I always love how Jahala finally dies, though.
Yeah, you don't really kill him. He just gets hit by the sun. I guess the
He's
sun.
like, I gotta get out of here, and he starts trying to leave, and then all of a sudden the sun comes out of nowhere.
The sun is a deadly laser. Well, that's gonna be another Triforce Shard for 2 euros.
Because as soon as the cutscene stops, it's a very long ending cutscene. I feel like the only one that is longer is who I've dubbed Not Bongo Bongo.
Not Bongo Bongo, you mean Golden?
Yeah, Not Bongo Bongo.
What do you mean Andros?
Why did Jarhead save there?
Good question.
That is a good question.
It's a very good question. Guess we're gonna get an answer soon. Okay, in the interview after the game. Write that down. Write that down.
Hey, I was supposed to be writing things down.
He's probably gonna do a little. He's probably hoping that he gets something in Overworld. But if he doesn't, he's gonna be able to go back to Wind Temple with the Warp Pot pretty soon after.
Oh yeah, that makes sense actually.
Yeah. By the way, I didn't think of that. I just read what Syzygy was saying in chat.
Well, at least you're being honest.
Yeah, I don't have that much of a brain. I have a pretty average sized brain. Probably even smaller. But hey, that's good.
Oh no, not a tiny little brain.
There's more room for activities.
But I thought you needed all of it for comedy stuff.
Oh god, and this bro. I'm in trouble.
Oh no.
I mean, we saw Thorn way earlier, in the beginning of the seed. It was a treasure chart, yes.
Oh yes, the treasure chart.
So yeah, we're getting a pretty damn good race for race 1 of this best of 5. It's looking really promising for the rest of the races of this grand finals. Because you guys are watching the grand finals of the Wind Waker fall/winter/ spring/ almost summer tournament.
Wait, we have time frames?
Kinda.
It's just the 2019/2020 tournament now. It's been
Pretty
going on
much,
for
yeah.
so long that we got 2 new randomizer releases.
Yeah,
Right?
it's been going on for so long that I don't remember how I got knocked out.
I just remember you got knocked out pretty early.
Yep.
There's a reason I don't enter these things. I don't have time to practice these things. But I'll sit here and comment on what other people do.
That's what I do. Okay, what does the mailman have? Just a bit of love.
Man, they are so healthy. That's another heart.
Yeah, that is another heart. That's 9 hearts. Are we gonna end this on like 10 hearts? That would be amazing.
I'm trying to come up with a joke for it, but I got nothing.
LT boys. Just the LT boys when you don't have anything.
I was gonna say it could possibly be a total eclipse with a heart, but I got
Nice.
that's just bad.
We
I know that.
still do not know where the picto blocks are.
I am not leaving.
Guys, we're 1 hour and 30 minutes into the seed and we still haven't found a single picto box.
Pictobox is in Hyrule, which then leads to Fire and Ice Arrows.
That would be pretty
Leads
good.
to
Oh my god.
another Pictobox. Leads to Light Arrows.
And Gymnast now entering Wind Temple.
What do you mean that'd be terrible? That would be amazing for us.
It would be amazing for the crowd, but I'm pretty sure that Bolt Runners will be very angry about this one.
Yeah, that's absolutely fair, but you know,
Yeah, but
I'd
we're
be
the crowd.
totally for sitting here watching these guys get frustrated over that.
And it's time for Wind Temple and to throw my car into a wall, apparently. Good job, Jim.
And he's just a block of wood, isn't he?
I'm pretty sure he's a leaf.
No, his face is a leaf. The rest of him seems to be a block of wood.
What do you guys think about this? Maybe a seed?
Yeah, Artemis is saying seed.
I
mean, it's believable. It's a weird seed, though, for the face and arms.
Maybe we could try to grow a tree from him, maybe. Well, time for Jar to go check the Maggie's letter too. He's gonna get the little glitch, maybe.
Artemis, you're not wrong. There is a talking tree in this world.
It's a pretty nice talking tree too.
It's a pretty big talking tree. It's kind of huge.
Very tall talking tree. And I think the most amazing thing is that very tall talking tree is inside of another bigger tall tree that doesn't talk anymore.
Exactly. I don't know why the bigger outer shell tree is somehow dead and bigger, but you know, Zelda.
I think.
They
They're trees in trees. That's
They
it.
needed a new and interesting concept for an area to be in. So there's like giant tree.
We could have a giant tree in a giant tree. That would be good.
Makar is a talking tree, but where are the roots?
Oh man.
Why is he walking? Trees don't walk.
Why does he have like a bell inside of him?
He just kind of makes noise when he walks.
He's like a maraca or something. Oh.
So interesting to note, in the room that Jim is in right now, there's a tingle chest at the bottom. I think he just remembered.
That was definitely the moment of, oh, I almost forgot.
Yeah, that was a moment of I almost forgot.
He felt that message from Winds.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
He felt it in his feet. It was amazing.
Stop feeding them information. Stop it.
Oh, are we gonna see Cabina? Yep, Jarhead is now heading for Cabina.
All right.
This is one of those places in the world where you disrespect walls with such intensity that you kinda don't know they exist.
They don't exist. I thought we've been over this. Walls are not a thing. They're only a figment of your imagination, and the more you try to acknowledge them, the more they just slowly fade away.
The god of walls is trying to tell me that they exist, but I won't believe him. Well, let's see what will Jarhead get. Oh, meanwhile, a bottle for Jim. I think that's our second bottle. Just hit your hammer through the wall to hit the switch.
Cabana just turns out to be 2 bottles.
That'd be amazing. I know, you guys gotta respect the door because he's not just a door, he's also a man. He's a doorman. And that's the best pun Nintendo ever made.
I never actually thought of it like that because, once again, talking trees, I thought it was just like the brain center of the original Deku tree or something like that.
Oh, double magic for Jar.
Double magic, that's actually useful.
That's pretty useful. Not really required, but always nice to have.
That rat stealing a bunch of Jarhead's money.
That's fine, we don't need money. And yes, Jim does have max wallet.
Ooh, okay. Almost a waste of time.
There
In
goes
its
that double
entirety.
magic.
Yep.
Oh, fire and ice arrows found for gymnasts.
Nice. Alright, so
Jar, I think Jar just warped out of his double magic to get back to Earth Temple.
that is indeed what happened.
Not a bad choice, because we didn't find anything. But that's gonna hurt a little to know that you could have double magic but don't have it.
Double magic's so useful.
I think the bigger problem for Jarhead right now is going to be that Jim's further ahead inside of Wind Temple, and
Yeah.
if that last bow upgrade is here, then it's probably.
Yeah, basically we don't know if it's over yet. We need to see what's gonna happen. It's not over until it's over. Also, oh god, that just happened. Jim just got grabbed by the hand.
That's gonna set him back just a tad.
Yeah, just a little bit. A smidge. They're now both in the same room.
He has far more checks done than Jarhead does, though.
I mean, Jared was in this dungeon before, so he has quite a few checks done already. Oh, and he decided to go in.
I was about to say that he hasn't done this room yet.
Not this room, yes. Well, Jim is trying to do a trick that will allow him to skip Winged God's Aria. He needs to get behind the Song Stone.
Ooh.
Getting some soup.
There we go. Oh, wait. Soup?
Soup!
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 God, I love how that's a command now. God.
And we're now at the mini boss for this dungeon.
What have we done to make this a command?
We're just soup enough. That's what happens.
Yeah, but the last tournament I just got yelled at for that.
Yeah, but we're not on the same streamer now.
That's also fair.
The soup is now a thing.
I'm glad it got willed into existence. Oh yes, the Song Stone just being a suggestion.
Yeah.
That actually saved them quite a bit of time over what Jim did.
Yep. Honestly, that is a much faster way to do it. The only thing is you need to void from the door here. So you need to phase through that thing.
Come on.
And small key.
There we go, you got it that time.
Yep. He's back. Time for the mini boss now.
Oh no, he better dupe that soup. He did. Good. Wow, that fight went extremely quick.
Yeah, he just souped his way to victory.
Soup!
That guy was souped up.
God. The soup is one of the most useful enhancement items I've seen in any Zelda game, to be honest with you.
It's so good with the soup. With the soup dupe, it's so good.
It fills up a good portion of your health. I don't remember if it's a full heal or not.
It is a full heal.
It is a full heal? Okay, so it's a full heal and it gives you double damage?
Yep.
That's like the most
And it refills your magic meter too.
I said double magic, I meant double damage. Look, I'm dyslexic, okay?
Oh, both runners went to the supermarket, says Demon Maddie.
I'm glad that you made him wear that one.
Yeah, I don't take any chances now. So, where do you guys think the light arrows are going to be? Are they going to be in fire and ice checks? Are they going to be in Hyrule? Are they going to be somewhere in this dungeon? Where do you guys want them to be? Woofer, what is your preferred place for light arrows at this point?
All I want is a bow upgrade in Hyrule or Ganon's Tower. Preferably 2.
Sadly, we now have fire and ice arrows, so that's not going to be a thing.
Oh. Yeah, never mind what I just said. That didn't make any sense. But, still. Yeah, Hyrule or Ganon's Tower, please. As vanilla as we can get.
I still like the idea that you had earlier where the Picto Box is in Ganon's Tower, which leads to another Picto Box somewhere.
Oh, Winged Zarya was in the dungeon itself. Pretty nice. And we now have Nehru's Bro, which is useless, but pretty cute. Yeah, Winged Zarya in Wind Temple. Basically, Mad Wolf, it logically works because Winged Zarya was not behind a check that requires Winged Zarya. There's only one check that requires it, and it's the big key room.
I'm racking my head right now. I'm like, how do you get there? Oh, yeah, that way.
Yeah. Oh, time to kill some toucan sands.
I hate those robes.
Okay, that's over for the Wiz robes. What are we gonna get in this chest?
Nothing.
At this point, I think we're.
It's gonna
At
be
this
another
point, we're
hard.
all. Oh, just a dungeon. At this point, we're just all hoping for something to be really, really mean to the runners, because we're evil like that.
I also love seeing their reaction when they come into the comms afterwards, and they're super upset because
Since for your question, Lakar, the seed has been rolled by Cubs.
oh, Jarhead, I don't think hit it there. Okay, and go again.
Do you know how many non Hyrule overworld checks they have access to right now?
It's a good question. I think they have all the fire and arrows checks. So that's 4. That's for 5. If I remember what
And
right.
then Ice Island, Rice
Yeah,
Ring,
that's.
and
And I think they have an extra fairy fountain that they didn't do, but. Well, let's see what is in this chest here. Loopy. Nice, nice. Jim getting the bloopy.
I think my dog is barking, but I'm just gonna ignore him.
That's sad for the dog.
That's not nice.
Yeah. I feel bad for Buddy now.
He's upstairs. What does he want from me? I don't know. Oh god, he's coming this way.
Oh, we had to talk about the Buddy. Pup time, it's your time. It's your time to shine.
Come here, buddy. Come on.
Yes.
Come on. He's coming down the stairs now. Come on, boy.
Oh.
Ah, there you are, buddy. Hi.
Now, Jim is going to do a little weird shot with the hook shot to go through the wall, and now he's in the basement. It's one of those tricks that you kind of forget exist, but are so nice.
Yes, certainly. I don't know if I can still be heard. I'm pretty far from the microphone because the dog wants attention.
Uh-oh. So, Jim is now going for the bus. Oh, Jim falling into the pit of doom.
He's taken a lot of falls this run.
Yeah, and
Did he forget that he didn't have chest storage?
he might have, yes. Meanwhile, Jar remembering and using the other strat for when you don't have it. Time to side a hop. Because remember, guys, if you ever wear shoes that are way too heavy for you, you can jump, no problem, but walking is a problem.
Being a person that did wear extremely heavy boots for 4 years, yeah, that's actually accurate.
Incredible.
I'm not even making that up.
Oh man. Done with the boots.
Well, my old work boots used to weigh a combined weight of about 25 pounds. And they were just so overbuilt that I never had a reason to get rid of them. So I had real life iron boots.
So it's time for the best music in the game according to a lot of people. It's Mulgara.
Oh, wait, I need to turn the volume up here.
Fun thing about Mulgara. you can snipe Mulgara while it's in midair, so you can save a bit of time like this. You guys are gonna see it soon. Oh, guys, I don't want to see sour, please. I want to see soup, please. Soup, please.
Wait, did you just say soap?
Yep, I just said soup.
You said soap.
Yep, I forgot I was talking in English for a little bit. It happens. It happens.
It's the Canadian tradition known as Franglish.
Yep, Franglish is here. Jar missing the snipe.
Quick recovery, though.
Yep. They're probably gonna hand at about the same time. Hard to tell since Jim is not using his hero's charm to show us his out. Second chance for the snipe for Jar. He gets it, and that's over with Mulgara.
I hope one of them goes to high roll early and risks it all and ends up winning because of that.
That would be amazing.
That moment when you switch audio sources for yourself just because you want to hear the song again. If both of them risk it all, it turns into execution at that point.
Oh man.
They are essentially tied, yeah.
Yeah, this is very, very, very close. Right there. And that is true. Jim has more overworld to look. But Jar has a bit less, so...
Yeah, Jarka is probably going to head right to Windfall and get done with the tower right away. And by the tower, I mean the windmill. If only because the warp is right there.
Oh.
Because I don't think they're going to go straight into Hyrule for the simple thing that it's going to be out of the way.
And also, it's less likely to have the item.
You can go and check the chest, sure, but if it turns out to be nothing, you're kind of just screwed.
Also, let's not forget the letter from Vital, I think.
Yes, they haven't checked that yet, have they?
According to Jim's tracker, he has 15 locations remaining.
Bido has a heart piece, apparently.
Okay, apparently Bido has a heart piece. Thank you, trackers, for making us to make sure that we don't say lies.
I know one thing that isn't a lie, and it's the soup.
Yeah, the soup is never a lie.
Also, I love how the top of the windmill doesn't care where you shoot it.
Yeah, it's the fire arrows that have like a huge hitbox, so they go through the wall. Oh, picto boxing!
Oh, it's starting to look like the odds are really good that our predictions of vanilla anything are just
Creep. Guys, the Luke's picto box could still be in our row.
Yes, please.
Yeah, I want this now.
I love how there's people asking for sploosh kaboom.
And to answer your question, 471 Ben, the prize for this tournament is undying love from the fans and nothing else.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. More heart pieces.
Yeah, more heart pieces.
More heart pieces. Oh no, it's a purple
Rupees.
which is less useful than a heart piece.
It is a pretty terrible prize because they all have it. The real question is...
They haven't spent money on anything this entire time.
Undying love. That's the one thing you get. The real question, though, is it worth it, Woofer? Is the Undying Love worth it?
Yes, Jim has been given a free round because he came from the winner's bracket. That's why he has that bar there. He has one race up on Jarhead. Because
I only ever played Randomizer for the Undying Love and nothing else.
Amazing, Woofer.
And then that audio pack happened.
Oh. And no, there is not a bracket reset in this tourney for the grand finals. We're just doing a best of 5 with a 1 game advantage to Gymnast.
From what I've seen, these guys are fairly even match for each other.
Yeah, they met in the winners final in the tournament before. It was very close all of the races. Jim got the advantage at the end, but they gave a bunch of really good races. And is it gonna be in this chest? Oh, a bottle.
Another bottle.
You guys
That means
know what
more
that
soup.
means? That means more soup. Yes, Don.
More soup.
More soup adventure.
It sounded like that because I was stretching, actually. I didn't intend it to sound like that. Could be worse. I could have gone for English.
Oh man, never go for English. Never go for English. That's what I do. You don't want to be like me.
We don't accept bets right now. What? ZSR accepts bets?
Yeah, sometimes yes. Jim getting his bottle 2. Now Jar is going to ice ring.
It's a big question now whether Jim is gonna do the fire and ice arrow checks or just do checks that Jarhead has already.
That is a good question.
Oh, he went to Great Fish.
Not a bad idea.
There is a chest in Logic somewhere there. I forget where, though.
No, it's not in Logic right now. It's probably going for Western Ferry.
Oh, yeah, right. There's a fairy island right there, too.
Yeah.
Wait, was there a check in Logic there? I thought there was.
Yeah, not on Great Fish, not in
Yeah.
those settings at least.
I thought there was like a hidden
Light
chest.
arrows for Jar.
There. Okay, Jarhead's heading for Hyrule right
The
now.
dream is officially dead. We don't have.
This is
Light
so
arrow-
sad. Every time.
It's very sad.
Rip.
But guys, don't forget, this is game 1 of 4, potentially. So if you guys want more chances to get light arrows in Hyrule, you can come back every day, tomorrow, after tomorrow, after tomorrow, at 2 p.m. EST for more games.
This is assuming it's Wind Waker Randomizer. If that's the case, you know, you might be coming back to like Metroid or something, which doesn't have light arrows in Hyrule. So
Yeah.
yeah, just gotta come back for the Wind Waker Randomizer if you want light arrows in Hyrule. But come back for all the other games too, because it's usually fun to watch. Usually.
There's pretty good stuff on ZSR, that is for sure.
I would actually
So-
love for that to be a thing that could work, but I don't see that working because one's a first-person shooter and yeah, one's not.
Everything is possible.
Of course, I'd be talking about, you know, crossing over between Metroid Prime and Wind Waker, which
They do it. Also, bear skips time. That is the one thing. That is my favorite trick.
they did your barrier skip.
Yeah,
You're
bear
happy now.
here. This is a trick that you do when you have all the items to skip doing the bear skip. It's amazing. So at this point, it's pretty much all down to execution for Jar. He doesn't have decisions to make anymore. He's gonna be able to go and shoot the bad guy.
Jarhead probably having this part of the game ingrained in his mind at this point, to the point that he doesn't have to think about doing it. He just does.
Yes, they are doing only one game a day, but they are doing all 4 games 4 days in a row at 2 p.m. EST every day until it's over.
Plus whatever practices that they may be running. So if you wanted to, you could probably subscribe, or maybe not subscribe, but at least follow their channels.
Yeah, follow both runners.
And you'll see them practicing sometimes when they stream.
I mean, seeing Jim practicing would be quite a sight.
Just exclamation point R for that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. That's the runners' channels right there.
Yeah, the runners channel. You can also follow my two commentators, Don and Woofer, really good people, or 2 trackers, Artemis and Crane. They did a wonderful job. Go give them some love.
Is there a T for that one?
Yeah.
There's no T for that. Oh, there it is. Never mind. It's just a slow bot. Just give everybody a plug before the end of the race. In case nobody sticks around for the 10 minutes.
Getting the green chew jelly.
Can I drink it?
Oh man. Why is your first thought about everything to drink it, Don?
If you've seen some of the things I keep in my house, you'd know why.
Oh man, that is freaky.
This haunted house is getting darker.
It's getting darker.
You open up the one closet and there's just a whole bunch of stuff there. It's like, should I drink this or should I not?
That is pretty frightening.
And nobody knows the context of it, which makes it even worse.
That's quite frightening. You need to lay off the green chew jelly, my friend.
I seen that. No, light arrows were not vanilla. They were up in ice rating.
Sadly, they weren't up vanilla.
I wish they were vanilla. That would have been amazing.
Oh man. For a second there, the guy in chat called Super Dude, I was sure his name was Super Dude, like with soup in it. And I was like, oh, did we create this? Time for soup.
Now that I know that's a command, I'm going to be abusing it. I hope everyone knows that.
Yeah. And it's time for Puppet Ganon 1. I think we got the first shot down. We need to shoot it 3 times. This is going pretty well overall. Meanwhile, Gymnast is trying to defy God by going through walls again.
I mean, if the randomizer has taught us anything, it's quite easy to defy God.
It is very easy. Jarhead, since he doesn't have the boomerang, is going to be forced to use arrows against Puppet Ganon.
I wouldn't say forced. Even if he had the boomerang, there's no way he'd be using it.
Oh no, there's a bunch of players that consider the boomerang to be the patented bat killer. You don't use it on Puppet Ganon, you use it to kill the bat.
Yeah. I mean, I would just use the sword. Because wasting arrows is scary.
Yeah. And no, Jar doesn't have the boomerang since he opted out of it. Also double magic.
Yes, the double magic.
The ever-elusive double magic.
One thing I never went and got everyone playing.
Now time for the spider phase. It is possible to get a what the runners refer to as a double grip shot on this one, and get done with the wall phase in one phase.
Oh, that would have been amazing. But the spoiler version gone.
Jar going for the spins for the final phase.
I thought that. More soup.
Soup.
Yeah. Okay, so I know a lot of people tend to use bombs for this for some reason.
if you're not good at doing spins like some runners are, bombs are a very good way to do it because it stops both Ganon and Strax.
I remember discovering it completely on accident the first time I ever played the game.
Do you guys know that bait also works?
It is, yes. It's always funny.
I gotta go try this now, but I gotta also full clear the game to go and try it.
Woofer.
Yeah, if you put down bait, Puppy Ganon will start spinning around it like a worm.
That's hilarious.
It is really all purpose. It's one of those small Easter eggs that remind me, like, you know, the forest water and Polydemus that just kills it in 1 hit. It's one of those small Easter eggs that are hidden in this game and just make it a wonderful thing to explore.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Jar.
Oh, come on, Jared. You can make it back.
He's aiming for the rope.
Lots of clumsy happened in this race. A whole lot of clumsy.
I mean, it's grand finals. You gotta be a bit stressed when you're racing in grand finals.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's just funny to watch it happen in the grand finals race.
I mean, we got the guy to ask, Wolfer, were you stressed in grand finals?
It's not even just grand finals. These last 10 minutes, if your opponent hasn't finished yet, you have no idea if you're about to lose or not, and it's super nerve-wracking, especially when you get closer to the end. And I've lost races that were like less than a minute off, where you're on Ganondorf and you lose. I actually like close the chat usually by the end because otherwise I'll be looking at it and panicking if I see a single message.
It's pretty amazing.
Jarhead, though, he's usually a pretty calm, collected guy. Usually.
Usually.
There are times, but usually he's not stressing. Gymnast, on the other hand, I don't think I've ever seen him stress once.
It's about to click A to finish this seed. This sword is now
bonk.
Guy.
I'd also like to point out, he's not actually dead. He sits there and talks despite having a sword clearly lodged in his brain.
Yeah, and I will invite everyone in chat to send their GGs to Jared, which just finished with a time of 2:08:57. Pretty
So
damn.
now the best of 5 is tied 1-1.
1-1. So that means we're gonna get at least 2 more matches, maybe 3. Who knows?
Hello?
And we now have Jarhead joining us in the Discord call. Good game, Jarhead.
GG.
Oh, and we have Gymnast somehow.
Hello.
GG Gymnast, even if you haven't finished.
Well, it's on a 15-minute delay, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, like, that seed was weird. Also, a moment ago, I saw someone in chat say, I think both of these runners are very calm. I assure you I was not. I had to, like, repeatedly tell myself, okay, it's okay, Jim's already done. Don't, like, get excited or anything to, like, slow my heart rate at the end. Alright.
Do you have the race chat open at the end?
I check it, like, occasionally, periodically. Like, I checked it as I was entering Hyrule, just because if he had finished before then, I would have just ended. Or I wouldn't have finished, but since he wasn't, I was just like, I'll just finish. But then I don't open it again until I'm done.
Also, to answer
I always have it open.
Also, to answer a very small question asked in chat, the players are playing with a 15 minutes delay to make stream sniping very hard, basically.
Yeah.
So this is just a safety measure. Both runners are trusting themselves, but this isn't the rules. So.
Someone in chat said how's my stress on that delivery bag. It wasn't so much stress, so much like I knew something had to be there because that was like my last location. So I guess it wasn't really stress, but I was kind of just like, why did I go to Earth Temple without realizing that I didn't have hammer?
Just just out of nowhere. Crap! I don't have the hammer.
Like it literally, I entered. And I was just like, why does it say right sides? Oh no!
You did end up playing it really smart with Earth Temple, though. With one time you reset the game to get back in there, and then the other time you took the warp pot from Wind Temple. So that saved quite a bit of time, despite the double.
Yeah. I kind of like was kind of thinking of something that I saw you do in, I think the last tournament was like a thing with Wind Temple. You like left to go check a bunch of stuff and then reset back in. Just like, oh, I could do that here.
That's pretty smart. But yeah, honestly, I think the highlight of this race is just looking at you being like, okay, it's hammer time. Looking at your inventory, okay, it's not hammer time. Fuck.
Yeah. Like, hammer, no. Hammer, no.
No. But yeah, that you guys gave us quite the first race. I am excited for what's to come. You guys are playing every day for the next 3 days at 2 p.m. if you guys get to Game 5.
Yeah,
So
at the very least the next 2 days.
Yeah, at least the next 2 days. So if you guys want more Wind Waker from those two guys, you can come back tomorrow. At
Also,
2 p.m.
Hopefully, it won't take us 2 hours and 15 minutes.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Okay.
Also, Tuba asked me why I did Ice Ring instead of Needle Rock. That was because I feel like Ice Ring is the fastest Fire and Ice Arrow check, other than ones on Windfall.
It is pretty fast.
Yeah, Ice Ring is really fast, so I figured, let's just do that one. And I got lucky, so.
But yes, not every day that you see a runner, getting out of his double magic.
Yeah, I saw that. I was just like, I'm about to reset. And was like, no, I want that. Oh well. At least I didn't really need it.
It's always a nice to have, not a need to have.
Yeah.
But yeah, you guys made a really good race. It was really close right until the end. So
Yeah.
it was amazing.
It seemed like it from when I actually pulled up the stream.
Oh, the entire time you guys were neck and neck, basically.
Dang.
Also, the nice was the seed was really nice to commentate because you guys went into ERC and Forbidden Woods first, respectively, and that was amazing to see.
Yeah. It was I'm glad I went to DRC first.
Yeah, all I found was the mirror shield. I was like, well.
At least the mirror shield led to a sword, which was pretty nice.
Yeah, that is true. But, I mean, regardless of when we would have gone to Forbidden Woods, we would have had that sword. Or we would have gotten the sword afterwards, so.
Yeah.
I guess it made the fights slightly faster in DRC, but...
I did kind of miss that sword. Like, having the sword upgrade is really nice, but oh well.
Everything went pretty well anyway. Also, Jim is about to enter the final boss right there.
But he's right here.
I am?
Yeah, you're about to enter it. What were your thoughts when you entered that final boss?
I was like, all right, well, I lost. Oh, well.
Might as well finish it.
I lost. We're so close. Let's finish it. Take out my frustration on the big guy.
Oh, wait. Missed the
Beat him up.
opportunity
I mean, yeah.
to abuse the new command.
We got the new command.
Swoop!
Swoop!
Also, yeah, this does keep up the
no.
tradition of me losing the first game.
No!
Oh no, this tradition.
No!
Why are you upset, Jarhead? What's happening?
Because I don't want the pattern to resume.
Yeah. It has been a pattern between those two.
Don't let the pattern resume, Jarhead.
I'm
Don't
trying.
It wasn't even just between me and Jarhead. It was like entirely down the bracket
Yeah.
for like the past 4 matches.
I think like the only best of 3 game that you did that didn't have that was against Linkus.
Well, guys.
I think so, yeah. Where I got the... I played the seed really well, just randomly. But anyway.
Guys, it's time to send the GGs to Gymnast because they actually finished now.
GG.
Thank you.
GG, Jim.
GG, Jim.
I'll go tell 15 minutes ago, Jim. Congratulations.
Well, and yeah, you really pulled out all the stops on this seed. Playing with file 1, Gymnast?
Yeah, I played on file 1.
Yeah.
The stress.
It was amazing. I didn't know that choosing your file could be so easy in these 5 steps.
We're gonna
take
Save time in one easy step.
Yeah.
Racers hate this.
Keep mashing A, and that'll be your name.
I did think that there were some pretty good, like, just random highlights from at least when I was playing through. Like, I had a spectacular failing session trying to get to the chest before the mini boss in Forbidden Woods.
Yeah.
The P-Hats were trolling me. The P-Hats put on a spectacular show with that one.
Yeah, the PS on each room are definitely the employee of the seed on your side, but the employee of the seed on Jared's side is actually even funnier. He got employee of the seed by the mini boss in our temple. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, oh yeah, that one was being a pain.
He got the beat down from a boss that you can totally ignore.
I missed the hook shot and he smacked me away like 2 or 3 times.
So yeah, you guys are both had pretty funny employee of the seeds today. That was pretty hilarious.
Those
Glad we-
P-Hats were abusive to both of you.
Yeah.
I'm glad we could provide a funny race.
And I don't know if the commentators noticed this on mine, but when I was going through the really long room in Wind Temple with like the 4 Bokoblins and the 2 Armos, it's the room after where you would get the last chest. I don't know how this happened, but one of the Armos like struck one of the Bokoblins in such a way that he got like yeeted across half the room before he died.
That's awesome, actually. I didn't notice that.
I know this, but I was like, oh god, I have other things to commentate right now. Fuck it.
I was too busy watching Jarhead.
Yeah. But yeah, that was every time the physics of the game just kind of mess up. It's always amazing to see.
Yeah.
Like we were all saying, this game is held together with duct tape and hopes and dreams.
Prayer.
With Miyamoto's hopes and dreams specifically.
Right?
I thought it was a Onuma's. Damn.
No, probably both of them.
Both of them, yes. And to answer your question, Codeman, no, the games are being played one every day for the few next days, always at 2 p.m. EST. So if you want more of them, it's gonna be tomorrow, after tomorrow, and maybe another day after that.
We'll see what happens.
So, are you guys looking forward to tomorrow, actually?
Yeah. I'm honestly looking forward to this tournament being over with. Like, I liked this tournament.
For a while.
Yeah, it started like early December.
You don't want this tournament to be the fall/winter/spring/summer tournament.
Yeah, I don't want the tournament to be doing season percent.
Yeah, season percent is always.
No, we got to go for one whole year of the Wind Waker randomizer.
Maybe when we get the 1,000-player tournament going.
Yeah.
So I got the clip right here of the Bokoblin getting yeeted.
Oh, show us that.
I wish we
please.
could all see it.
He's gonna send it in.
Oh, he's sending it in chat. Okay, that fixes that problem.
Let's see this thing.
It's always good. and you know it distracted you because then you felt
it distracted me, and then I tried doing the chest storage.
Oh man, there were so many falls from both of you this race.
I like how he slid once he hit the floor too.
The guy just kind of slid there.
Oh my god.
Amazing.
Just got yeeted to death.
I sure hope that the next games have as many physics fail for us to enjoy.
I hope
I don't know,
so,
did Breath
dude.
of the Wild have that many physics problems?
Ooh.
Yeah, you never know. Maybe the Bokoblin did a bullet time bounce off the Armos.
Oh god.
Well.
That'd be pretty cool.
So, Jim, is it time to incorporate some TP strats in here?
Ooh.
Uh,
By the way,
no. Maybe if we can import the Gale Boomerang and do long jump attacks.
It'd be
You
fun.
know, I mean, as if the Leaf's not powerful enough already.
Oh, man.
GG to both of you. That was a great game 1. Looking forward to the rest of this. As was mentioned, tomorrow will be game 2, same time, 2 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. UTC, 1800. Looking forward to that. Game 3, obviously required now, will be on Monday. And should we need a game 4 winner take all final match, it'll be Tuesday.
Yeah.
At 2 p.m. Eastern as well. Big thank you to our 2 trackers today, because God knows we couldn't do this without them. Artemis Myths and Fake Jim. You can blame him again for the seed.
Oh yeah, you said that was his.
Yeah, the fake gym seed.
I rolled it, but I made him the seed name, so.
Oh, okay.
And then our commentators today, thank you, all 3 of you. Don2323, Montgoal, and Woofer ZFG, thank you all. It's gonna do it for us here at the moment. We're gonna go raid the Skyward Sword Any % monthly race is currently going on ZSR 3. But in about an hour and a half, here on the main channel, we'll have the Ocarina of Time Rando weekly race, NA weekly race, and on ZSR 2, we'll also have at the same time we'll have a Link to the Past All Dungeons restricted major glitches race. So we have some more ZSR comment coming for you tonight. Any final thoughts from anyone here before we get out of here?
I'm glad everyone likes that I apparently gave commentary for my own run.
Yeah.
Fake Jim didn't even commentate. He was tracking.
No, they're talking about the fact that as soon as you're unmuted, you appear in the commentary list.
I just love the fact that apparently we generated a new command for the bot.
Yeah, I'm glad for Soup. I think that should be the last word. Everyone here, it's time to say soup in unison together. Okay?
Oh,
3, 2, 1.
Nice.
Oh my
Excellent.
god.
Oh god.
That sounded terrible.
Thank you,
I
everybody.
just heard Jim. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just saying. The main one I heard was Jim going.
The spooky soup.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight, and we will see you back here a couple hours. See you back here tomorrow for Game 2 with, again, Gymnast versus JarheadHME, tied at 1-1. So, from everyone ZSR, thank you very much. Have a good night.
Night to you too, guys.
Good night.
Good night.
Good.